Hey guys, welcome back. Today I am working on week 16 of my 2022 Project Life album, and I am using the new Chaotic Vibes digital set from Nelly and Clem. I've gone ahead and printed out a bunch of the journaling cards. I've trimmed down a couple of the papers to journaling card size. These colors are so bright and cute, and the quotes and whatnot are so sassy and full of kind of, my favorite kind of cynicism. I just love it. I really couldn't decide kind of everything that I wanted to use today, so I've gone ahead and printed out probably more than I'm going to need for this particular layout so that I have a little bit of choice. Now everything's quite bright and colorful this week, so I'm just rolling with it. I really wanted to use both of these cards. I couldn't really decide which one to use. That cute pink quote card, I mean, I'm a sucker for pink, but I'm also a sucker for coffee, so the little coffee quote worked nicely. I decided just to trim out the coffee quote and add it on top of the quote mark card. I think it makes the perfect kind of addition. Now, I printed out a bunch of the printables as well. These ones I did print and cut on my silhouette, so I didn't have to go ahead and cut those out by hand. So much easier that way. And I'm really going to go kind of a little bit overboard and create a few different clusters on this page. I've already got a lot of bright colors and patterns going, so I'm going to use as many of these kind of digital elements as I can. One of my favorite things from this particular kit is these really big labels, so I kind of want to use as many of those as I can. There's a really funny little cute quote there that says, "Sorry, I'm mentally unavailable," sort of thing. And it's supposed to look like a sign that's hanging on a door, but my silhouette had a bit of a nightmare cutting that out, so it does just look a bit like a label as well, which is kind of cute. The other thing with this kit is that Danielle has included a few kind of like blanks in here, and you can see that with that speech bubble card. So you can add your own sentiments or your own journaling, which is exactly what I'm going to do today. So here's this little sorry sign that turned into a sorry label because my silhouette cut off the rest of the printable. Not to worry, I'm going to use it anyway. There were a few pieces in here that I could have used multiples of, and that's what I love about digitals. Is I'm going to print these again and again, I am. I had a little bit of trouble trying to get this one stuck down. I sort of dropped it onto my photo, and my photo paper just really, like, when you've adhered something, it is adhered down well. So I've managed to pull it off and sort of replace it so it's correct. The printable piece was a little bit kind of wrinkly, but I still think it's kind of cute. I covered up the most wrinkly part of that with a couple of those Pink Fresh Studios star stickers. They're just from my stash, and I'm nearly down to the bottom of them. I'm determined to use them, so you'll notice I even used the green ones. I'm trying really hard to not hate on the colors. I'm going to use as many as I can, and I've got, there's some touches of green going on in this layout. I will say I do actually kind of love that emerald green color, so I'm going to go with it while I'm feeling it. The other set of stickers I've got out there are some older puffy stickers from Citrus Twist, and I'm just going to use a few of those tiny words puffy stickers. They've kind of got the same colors to match, so it all works really nicely, like bright pops of color. I do have a few black and white photos this week because, well, it's that time of year, super dark, so a lot of my photos aren't well lit. Black and white covers a multitude of sins, and then I get to kind of highlight them with all of these bright colors. So this one here is one of those exact cases. I've got a black and white photo, and I loved this black and white polka dot card. I also loved the black and white paint chip piece behind there, and it worked perfectly with Lily's photo because one of the colors on the paint chip says "so tired," and we had my nephew Jack and my sister staying, and Lily was absolutely exhausted trying to keep up with his 3-year-old energy. Now, again, this is one of those weeks where I had plenty of photos, but they're photos that I don't necessarily want to replicate elsewhere. I'm going to put them into kind of other albums, mini albums, or traveler's notebook spreads, so I could be a little bit more kind of picky and choosy about what I was putting into my project life spread, which means that I had a couple of empty spaces so I could make some of these kind of more fun elements, like this cool cassette tape cluster. It's my sister and I having a sneaky cocktail one night, so I get to make kind of a little bit more fun rather than trying to fill up the page with photos. I'm going to do a whole 4x6 of journaling, and I just ran that straight through my typewriter. Yes, 100%, I could have done the journaling when I was printing out the card, but I haven't actually like pre-planned this layout. I just printed a bunch of the cards and papers. I didn't actually know which one I was going to use, and so I just go to my fallback, which is my typewriter, and yes, it's super messy, but I'm not going to reprint a card just to add my journaling. I kind of love that messy handwritten or hand typed anyway touch. It kind of works with my style now. So my last photo in here is just this very stormy sky. I kind of wanted to keep it super simple, but I love these labels, so I'm going to add another one. And although I've added 4 kind of really little stories onto that journaling card down the bottom, I did type a little bit extra onto the label. I had already stuck the label down when I thought about typing onto there, and my typewriter doesn't love putting my photo paper through it. It's a vintage one, so it's a little bit finicky, and I just allow that because it's part of its charm, I guess. And so it's got kind of weird wonky spacing. So I decided instead of keeping it quite as simple as I had planned, I would create another little cluster in here. So I've just gone ahead and stamped my own kind of sentiment on there, but still goes with the rest of the kit. And again, I added a couple more of those little star stickers. So I've got a few of them hanging about on this page. Now I decided, since I'd already stamped on there, and I think that's the Bailey Thick and Thin 6x8 stamp set, and I wanted to stamp my little week title onto another one of the they're like journaling spots, I guess, labels, but it definitely would not have fit that large alpha. But I do have the smaller Bailey alpha, and it's the exact same alpha, just scaled down considerably. So I used that one to stamp onto the label, green label, you might note. And again, I'm just going to replicate what I've done throughout the rest of the spread, which is create this very tiny little cluster in here. I wanted somewhere to like date stamp, so I've used one of the little pink labels. I'm going to date stamp directly on there. I've already stamped the word week, and I'm going to head back into my stash and try and find some older alphas that I can add my actual week number with, because like I could have stamped the week number under the word week, but it would have been very small, and I kind of wanted to make it a little bit more of a feature. So I found these, you see, almost forgot about it, almost put the wrong week on there. I found these super old, I think they're Doodlebug Designs alphas. They're not the exact kind of blue that's in the kit, but they're close enough to it. I just wanted something a little bit lighter and brighter to kind of tuck into the bottom of my cluster there. Added a couple of stars and called this one all done. This was not like my fastest or my simplest week of project life, but I really enjoyed doing it. I love the colors in these kits. I will link it down below for you if you want to grab one for yourself. Hey, thanks for watching today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you want to keep watching, there are a couple more videos on screen. Otherwise, I'll see you again really soon. Bye.